Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the People Choice Podcast. And I'm back here with a special guest. It's a man I've known for a very long time, even back to when I was good old Slant. That's an insider for all y'all that know about that. My boy Sean Jackson, ladies and gentlemen.
Paycheck on the 1st and the 15th and make nearly $2,000 a month as an 18-year-old. It was absolutely amazing. And what I want to do is I want to leave you guys with a quote. And that's, sometimes you have to step off the main road to be able to carve your own road to success. And if you guys feel like you are ready to take that challenge and to carve your own road to success, I'll be in the back. And I will show you the way how the Marine Corps and myself can make you successful and help you achieve all of your goals. Once again, my name is Corporal Jackson. I'm your local Marine Corps recruiter. Congratulations, you guys, on being seniors. You're almost there. Keep pushing. Thank you.
My boy Sean here, he joined the United States Marine Corps. He's a recruiter. He's done so many things, but I'm going to let you give yourself the introduction because I know you can do a lot better than I can, brother. So go ahead. Introduce yourself to my peeps and new audience.
Man, I appreciate you, Alvin. Thank you very much. And it's super awesome to see you again, man. I've definitely known each other for a while. Podcast is great, dude. I absolutely love it, man. I've been watching a couple of episodes the last week. Saw Dom and Matthias, and those are just really inspirational.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem, dude. So just getting into me a little bit. Originally from Harnett County, went to Western Harnett, graduated in 2015. Just kind of mulled around a little bit after that. Went to community college down in Southern Pines. Wasn't really feeling that, so enlisted in the Marines in 2017. I was a inventory management specialist, pretty much like Amazon Marine Corps, and started going to school at Campbell. And then I got opportunity when I was a E3, so a Lance Corporal in the Marines, to go work at the recruiting office in Fayetteville and just kind of help out. And I kind of liked it. I vibed with it a little bit. And they said, hey, once you get promoted to corporal, the next rank, you can come out here and switch over to active duty and be a recruiter. So I said, bet that. Like, I got it. So I ended up doing that. Went off to recruiter school in California, came back, and I was a enlisted recruiter in Fayetteville. Covered Douglas Byrd, all them good schools and everything. And then I covered down Robeson and Bladen County my last couple months as a recruiter. And then I ended up finishing up my bachelor's while I was at recruiter school, and the officer recruiter hit me up, and I was like, dang, I've always wanted to be an officer. It's just something I've always wanted to do. And I was like, this might be a good time. Luckily, I had an extremely supportive command who allowed me to submit my package. So I went to officer candidate school January 15th, and I finished up like March 28th. And now I'm a second lieutenant working at the officer recruiter in Raleigh, waiting to go to my next school and just taking it from there, dog.
Wow, man. Let me give you another clap for that, brother. That's awesome, man.
I got to give you a round of applause, too, because, the podcast is absolutely awesome, man. You've had some amazing people on here. Just the way that you chop it up with people, man, and you vibe with them, like the flow is just so great. And I'm just extremely proud of you, man, because you're doing your thing, bro, and chasing your hustle, and it's going great, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that, and I'm so honored to have you join that People's Choice Podcast family, man, for real, because I love spreading people's message positively. Even through the negative, they still have positive in there and motivation. And then I'm so happy that you're on the show because I know I can imagine things you've been through and could share to my audience. So this is really exciting for me too because it's been years since I've seen you too, man, and just hearing all the accomplishments that you've done, man, I'm so proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
No problem. So to start off, I always love to start from kind of like the backstory. So I know you said you grew up in Harnett County, but what was it like growing up for Harnett County for you, bro?
Man, it was great. I think I definitely didn't appreciate it as much when I was younger. And like looking back at it now, like, living in Fayetteville, it's like, dang, I miss going in the backyard and there being nothing but trees and some woods. But it was good, man. Like, really met a lot of really good people throughout, like, middle school, elementary school, over at Western, man. Just met a lot of really, really nice folks, good folks. Friends that I still talk to, and some people I don't talk to anymore. But I think it was an absolutely great place to make memories, and a lot of great people out there, man.
Yeah, that's why I met you, bro. Shout out to Harnett County one
Yep.
time. so, so, bro, at what point did you realize that you wanted to join the Marine Corps?
Man, I would say just overall for the military, it was around the end of 2016, or excuse me, end of like 2017, middle of 2017. Man, I was working at a retail store in Fayetteville, and I think one day I was just like, man, what am I doing here? Like, this pay is not it. Like, I think I got yelled at by a customer or something, just, not a good day, man. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, I got homies who are in, I got, friends who are in college, I got all these other people I know or see who are kind of have like a set path and a set route. And I really don't. I'm just kind of taking it day by day, like fluttering in the wind type of stuff. And I was like, I don't really think I want to do that. I'll tell you right now, the Marine Corps was not on my mind at all. I was pretty much like, I ain't joining the Marines. They're crazy as hell. That's definitely not happening.
There's that the stigma. Yeah, they're crazy. No disrespect, because I got a lot of Marine friends.
Nah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, they're totally right. But so I went to the Army recruiter, man, and he was cool, but like he just like, I don't know, man. He just hit me with like the typical recruiter stuff, like, oh, hey, fill out these papers, take this test, and I was like, and that's my name, Okay. Air Force recruiter told me like I needed to make an appointment with him, even though I walked in and I was like, yeah, fuck that, I'm not coming back, I'm good. And I was like, I'll just pop in the Marine office and get a pamphlet. I ain't gonna sit down for him or nothing. I'm smarter than that. But he was on the phone actually, so I'd like totally interrupted this dude's day. And having been a recruiter, I kind of see like why he slammed the phone down and was like, hey brother, come on in here. So yeah, man. But just I think what really kind of drew me in was I didn't really have a set plan of what I wanted to do or where I was trying to go. And I feel like I kind of needed that guidance. And just overall for that first interaction with the Marine Corps, he was like really, really pulled me in, was really just straightforward and honest about what I was trying to do. He actually asked about me. And I think that's what kind of sold me compared to the other branches, is he really just talked about who I was, what I was trying to do, what was really important to me, instead of just saying, hey, recruited this. So it was more of a personal conversation, which now knowing, having been a recruiter, is like, oh yeah, that's what you got to do to actually make that connection with somebody, is talk about them. And then, you get to the business aspect second, once you build that relationship first.
Definitely, man. Shout out to your recruiter, man, because that's awesome. I didn't know that you went to different ones and sold you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know this question might sound crazy, but most of us, civilians and other people want to know, is the Marines like how they portray it on the movies or the video games? Or and do you also feel that maybe TV, like Hollywood and TV video games, do a good job of portraying or displaying what military experience is like?
So for the Marine Corps aspect of the question, I don't know, not at all. I think, and I used to tell this to like kids I would talk to, who were interested in the military, man, is like, what you see on TV, on ads, on YouTube, that's the stuff that's going to draw in attention. A lot of times when you see Marine Corps ads, it's infantry related stuff, right? So like combat, storming the beach, freaking roping out the helicopter, just getting into it. And yeah, that's a part, but that makes up around 27% of the Marine Corps. There's tons of other occupational fields and stuff that people don't really know about, because that's not the stuff that gets highlighted. Because what's going to draw somebody to come in and see a recruiter? Some Call of Duty looking stuff, or somebody sitting on a computer typing up a report? Probably not. So I think that it's just it's like normal life. There are definitely some aspects of it that are true, that are a little bit tough, and then just for the overall military thing, man, I think some things yes, but some things no. If you're switching from a rifle to a pistol, you're not just tapping Y. It's not that fast.
Just like Xbox players.
Yeah, man. And little things like, just crouching, being in the prone for a while, that kind of sucks. When you're crawling on the ground in Call of Duty, it's easy because you're not feeling the rocks and the pain and the rain pouring down on you and everything. So in some ways, the media does a good aspect of portraying the military, but in some ways, it's bro, that ain't realistic at all.
Definitely, man. And I'm glad you touched on that too, because I know there's gonna be somebody watching or listening to this and wondering, is it like when I think of movies, I think of Full Metal Jacket. I don't know, you seen it before, right?
Yes,
man. I was when I see that, I said, "Oh God, this is what it's like." But at least it's good to know that that's not exactly what it's like, brother. So tell me, what was basic training like for you? What was that experience like?
Man, I'll tell you a funny story. So on the bus ride down there, everybody's chopping it up. Everybody's saying, "Oh, it's gonna be easy. We got this." And we're all just talking and going about it, talking shit to each other and everything. And there was this dude, my man Sasanishi, shout out to you wherever you are in your career right now, Japanese dude. And he actually bowed to his parents before we got on the bus. And it was so cool because it's never seen somebody so traditional like that. And we're sitting on the bus, and what the average 18, 21-year-old person is talking about,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
Stupid stuff we've done. Hey bro, I ain't get caught up doing this and recruiter man didn't catch me. Man, let me tell you what I was doing last week. But my man Sasanishi was just sitting in the seat on the bus, and bro was just folding origami. And he was nice with it too. Dude handed me one of them little paper cranes, and I'm just like, man, thank you, bro. And speaking on the bus ride, you get there at nighttime. So it's 8, 9 o'clock when you get there, and it gets dark. So, we in the bus and it's dark, and ain't nobody got a phone no more. You ain't got nothing, bro. You just there with the people. And bro was still folding origami. He was so skilled at it that he could fold it in the dark.
Oh.
And we're just like, dang, bro, you wicked smart. But yeah, man, you pull up and you see the videos and everything, especially before you go. And this goes for boot camp, for officer candidate school, man, the same stuff. You trying to prepare yourself as best as possible, but nothing prepares you for when you actually legit roll up to little yellow footprints, and then you see the drill instructor standing there, and then you oh shit, it's real now. And I just remember bro getting on the bus, yelling, "Get off my bus," all that, and then just mayhem from there. But it was a really good experience, man. I think overall, boot camp, you're gonna learn basic military stuff, shooting, weapons, history, little things like what uniform to wear for this, for that. But I think the really best thing about boot camp is you really find the family that you're gonna have forever. The people that you go to, it's like being like a football team, right? The people that you're on that team with, even though it's for a short period of time, you're gonna go through stuff with that person. You're gonna share things with that person that you probably wouldn't share with the average person, just because you're in that bubble of friction and tension, so you have to grow close together. And you know, like you'll be 10 years later, you know, 4 or 5 years later, and you can still hit up somebody you went to boot camp with and be like, hey man, remember that one time? Hope you're doing well.
Definitely,
So
man.
just the brotherhood aspect of it was really the most memorable thing.
Awesome. And I was gonna say, because I know you probably see some that go around, like when they like it's recruiter memes where they're like the guy sitting on like the bed or something. I'll put it in the video if I see it because it surfaces around now. It's like, damn, my recruiter really lied to me. He didn't tell me it was gonna be like this. Did that thought ever go through your mind?
Hell yeah.
Hey, I'll be honest.
And then I'm looking at it right now, man. And most of the kids I enlisted have already went off to boot camp. I got 2 who are still in high school. Definitely, if it's cool, man, I just want to give a shout out to them.
Yeah.
2 tremendous young men who are about to graduate high school and, you know, go off there. Super good dudes. So shout out to McKeever out in Bladen County. He's about to go to boot camp. And Dashno, he's about to go to boot camp in like 2 weeks.
Awesome.
And his reason I want to appreciate you, man, the reason I just wanted to shout them out was, you know, seeing how far both of those young men have come from the first time I met them to now, you know, military stuff aside, because at the end of the day, it's not really about that, but just seeing like the confidence that they have now, the physical fitness, you know, just seeing how much they've improved in school, how much they've improved at work, you know, how much they've improved with their social and family lives. Like, I think that's just kind of the most important thing, is seeing them grow and like come along this journey and everything, man. So I'm proud of them. But to get back to your question, man, hell no. Like, they're never going to tell you how bad it is. And I'm like, hey, I'm going to tell you how it is. Like, if you don't like it, then bye.
Yeah, but it's not for you.
Yeah. And then, man, recruiter man didn't tell me nothing about freaking holding your foot locker all the way out and everything. Like, officer recruiter didn't tell me nothing about, oh yeah, we're going to run 7 miles today and run through the obstacle course like 7 times. Like, you said it was going to be like college, bro. This is not like college.
And that's just a little sample of what it's like. I can't even imagine, like, this
man,
grinding
bro, first time. Yeah, bro. First time I got spit on my face, bro.
What?
So yeah, bro, it was like the 3rd day of boot camp, right? This is on the enlisted side. On the officer OCS side, they don't really yell at you as much. So this is like enlisted boot camp. It's 3rd day. I'm already like, bro, what the hell did I get myself into? I was like, damn, bro. But they didn't really know our names because there's like, you know, 70 or 60 of us, so they don't know. So he would just call me tall ass bitch. And like the first time he said it to me, I was like, bro, what did you just say to me? Like,
oh my goodness.
But I was like, everybody says they'll punch a drill instructor. They ain't about that. Like, nah. But he walked by me, right? And we were all just getting yelled at. And I guess I didn't tell him good morning or good afternoon at the right time. And a dude got like literally like this close to my face, like right in my face, and just yelling full volume in my face, bro. And then I just felt like the spit just and over here, like, I kind of closed my eyes for a second and I was like, yo, dude, is bro yelling at me that hard because I ain't say good morning right that I got spit on my face? And I was like, well, it's real now. I'm here. Let's do it.
That's when you had to switch into that new mode, like that new gear, the new level, man. Because I've heard, you know, we got a bunch of friends, you know, growing up in Harnett County that's all went into the military, different branches. And, you know, it's funny you say that, you know, because a good friend of ours, I won't put his name out there, but he was like, yeah, they was calling us little bitches all the time and really trying to break us. Like, I was like, damn. It's crazy how they try to, you know, break you just so it could build you back up a little stronger. Like,
definitely.
You got to be tough, really, for real. In your opinion, bro, for our next question, what do you think it takes to make it basically as a Marine?
I think what it really takes at the end of the day, man, is just confidence and being humble.
Mm.
At the end of the day, man, I've seen dudes, and this was more prevalent recently, when I was at the officer boot camp, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And there were dudes out there who ran like college track.
Mm-hmm.
There was this dude. He went to Florida State for track. He ran like a 17-minute 3 mile. Like, bro was burned. Bro had the burners, dog. Like,
Really?
it was crazy how fit this dude was, but he was kind of cocky. He was kind of arrogant, and he wasn't really humble, and he ended up not making it through.
Mm.
So I think, just the number one thing you need is just, confidence to understand that even if you can't do something right now, we all have unlimited potential.
Mm-hmm.
We all can do whatever we put our minds to. Like, that sounds cliche to a lot of people, but I think it's really true. And, you may not be able to do something right now, but who's saying you can't do it tomorrow, or you can't do it next month, next year? But, you got to be humble, and you got to understand that, hey, this might take a while. It may take long hours of blood, sweat, tears, mental effort, physical effort. But at the end of the day, just having the confidence and the trust that, I'm gonna come through on top at the end of the day. I think that's the most important thing, is if you humble, you'll be good. You'll learn from other people, you might be able to pick it up faster, and just having confidence, man. Like, you'll get it eventually. And if you don't, maybe it's not for you, and maybe that's the sign that you need to move on to something else and really, find your path.
Exactly. Confidence, man. And I think that is going to get you through life, not just to make it as a Marine, but also in life, man. It's just having that confidence for real. Because, I've been podcasting for almost 2 years now, and I feel like I'm just finally getting confident, like, which is crazy to think, like, because if you look back in past episodes, you're probably like, oh, you always got you in your element. And I think that's just a natural gift from God, is know how to talk to people in different levels.
Man.
But
yeah, bro.
but the
Gift of gab is something special.
Yeah, man. And well, shout out to my boy Antoine. He used to say that all the time at work. He's like, man, you got the gift of gab, man. I don't know how you do it, but you got it. And now I got that plus the confidence, and now I'm really, really taking off, man. I'm just real happy that you touched on that confidence for real.
Yeah, man, it's awesome to see how much your podcast has grown, man. I saw your first episode, man. Then I watched a couple in between, but it's just awesome to see, man. And you've been killing it since day one, man. But it's really awesome to also see, just how the confidence has grown and the flow is getting better and better, man. And I know if you're an absolutely hard worker, man. You've been grinding since the day I knew you, bro. So I know that this podcast is going to continue to rise, get better, man. You're gonna be on that Joe. Actually, you're gonna surpass Joe Rogan level, man. You got it, bro.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, man. That's the dream, and
thank you, man.
Actually that's the goal, the dream and the goal, man. One day to surpass Joe Rogan, and maybe one day we'll look back at this episode and be like, "Yo, Sean, we did it!" Like some rocky stuff, man. Real. My next question, bro. So after you graduated and made it through the grind, and when did like recruiting come in your mind where you're like, man, I think I want to be a recruiter?
I would probably say, there was this kid, right? So he was really overweight. Like, this is when I was just kind of like helping out, kind of more of an assistant type thing. So to clarify a little bit better, so I was in the reserves originally, and then I switched to active duty when I was enlisted to become a recruiter. So I was looking for something to do because I was only doing the Marine Corps, 1 week in the month, 2 weeks in the summer. So I was like trying to get on it a little bit more. So I ended up, asking to go on orders to the recruitment station, blase, blase, blase. So this kid, right, he really, really overweight. Like, dude, we like run like maybe not even a lap around the track and bro would be dying. And over time, through a whole lot of yelling on my part, but just, a whole lot of just working with dude, man, like taking that extra time. Like, I yelled at his ass like every day, but also like, hey man, like, what are you eating? What's your diet like? Like, let's look at stuff like that. Let's maybe analyze things you haven't thought about and then see what happens. And then I finished up my time helping out at the recruiting station. I was back in my reserve unit for a little bit, but before I left, I dropped him off. Last time, I'm like, hey man, proud of you. And I was a little emotional too. I was like, dang man, like, I've seen you drop like 30, 40 pounds and you can enlist now. Like, now you actually have the option to get out there, man, and, have the military, set you up and everything. And, he was like, thanks, man. You like a father figure to me. And then at first it was kind of like, well, we're like 4 years apart in age. So that's kind of weird, but nah, man. But I think that's when it really hit me. And I was like, yeah, bro, I think this is what I want to do. And he ended up not enlisting. He got his weight back up. Didn't really do nothing. He's in New York now. I think last time I talked to his mom, she said he was doing good. But at the end of the day, man, like, it don't matter. Like, yeah, he was supposed to join and he didn't. But he's successful now. He has confidence. He has his own passions now, and it was just cool to be a part of that journey for a little bit and see him improve.
Definitely, man. And that's amazing that you was inspired by him just saying, man, thank you for pushing me, believing in me. You're like a father figure. And I know you said it was kind of weird because you're like 4 years apart,
Yeah,
but like it's amazing where you can get that inspiration or love from, like even from someone who's younger than you or older, like, and it sparks something into you that you're like, man, I love this feeling and I want to give this feeling or get this feeling again and then help the next person grow and the next person. Like, that's awesome. That's actually going to my next question. That I was going to say that, what separates you from other recruiters?
I would say, at the time, and a lot of it just goes back to when I was an enlisted recruiter, because being an officer recruiter is kind of different, man. Like, and I'm just kind of an assistant there because I'm just there till I go to my next school. So, but when I was an enlisted recruiter, man, like, I think what I really tried to set myself apart from other recruiters is like, I'm going to invest 100% of myself into you. Like, by all means, yes, it's my job to recruit you, to get you to where you need to be at and put your ass on a bus and send you to boot camp. But at a deeper level, I'm not here for the number. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not here to make my quota or none of that shit. I'm here for you. I'm here because, like, this is your dream. This is your passion. This is what you want to do. This is your next step. So let me do whatever I can do to help facilitate that. So I think I tried to set me apart from other recruiters is I will always be there for you for everything. Like, schoolwork, I got you. You need to vent because, a chick broke your heart, I got you. Like, my phone is on 24 hours a day. I don't care when it is. I don't care when it is. You give me a call. If I need to come pick you up, I'll talk to you. You're not free till the weekend? Well, I guess that's when I'm going to see you. Just really putting the recruiter stuff aside and just being like, hey, man, like, I'm like dad, big brother, coach, guidance counselor, all rolled into one. And, at the end of the day, bro, like, that's what really makes us successful. I just think, like, leader and boss, recruiter, whatever way you want to look at it, is, you can be good at your job. You can be good at ordering people around, making them do shit. But at the end of the day, man, like, it's about them. It's not about you. So as long as they're taken care of, that you've put everything you can do into them. And the way I like to look at it is, being like a leader, being a good recruiter, just a good person in general, man. Like, your job is, you're like the master craftsman that's building their, like, pathway to success. So, like, you're building that staircase so they can climb the steps to success and get to their goal. They're not going to be the ones who get to the top of the staircase, or they're going to be the ones to get to the top of the staircase, not you. And you got to be willing to sacrifice that burden and take that, so they can get to where they're trying to go. But
amen, man. That's deep right there. That's good,
man. I appreciate you. I've been holding that one in for a while.
That's great, man. Because I think a lot of people need to hear that for real. That advice that you gave, and just telling your story of like, what separates you from other recruiters. Like, I'm truly honored for you to share that. So to help out more of the people that's probably watch this, like the ladies and gentlemen, what's some good advice that you would give them to score higher on their ASVAB test?
Oh man, great. Thank you for asking that question, man. That's a question that a lot of people, I think, really need to ask, who are like interested in like military service and stuff, but don't. So the number one tip, man, that I could give is find out what type of learner that you are. Everybody thinks, all right, I need to score good on the ASVAB. Like, I'm just going to go to the bookstore and get me an ASVAB book, or I'm just going to pull it up on YouTube. Man, not everybody learns the same. I think if that's what you're trying to do, you really need to look at, hey, like, how do I learn best? Is it actually sitting down with a book and reading it? Is it through a video? Is it through somebody else actually physically sitting down and showing you? And I think that's a method that a lot of people truly need that they don't use. Is they really need a tutor or somebody or a friend to sit down and actually show them how to do this math problem or break down this like English paragraph. But not a lot of people do that, and it's kind of hard because ASVAB tutors cost money and stuff. I will say, if anybody is in like the Fayetteville General, Cumberland County area or surrounding counties, Fayetteville Tech does an ASVAB class, and it's for free. So, I think a lot of people have gone and done that, and they've came to us and be like, hey, I took the practice test with you like a year ago and I got like a 2. But I went to this ASVAB class over at Fayetteville Tech, take it again. Now they're getting like a 30, 40, and then now they're, doing their thing and starting paperwork and all that mess. So,
definitely.
But just finding what learning way works best for you. Because if you don't find it, you're just going to put the round hole in the square peg, and then it's just like not going to happen.
And I wanted to touch on that too, because, I remember you mentioned earlier about, the jobs that are, that people don't even know about in the Marine Corps. And I know scoring well in the ASVAB test will definitely help open up those opportunities for you. So I'm glad you definitely touched on, ways to prepare a young man or woman ready to take that next step into their life and their career.
Yeah, no, just one last thing on that, man, is take your time too. Like, I'll admit, as a recruiter, there are definitely times, we trying to rush kid, like, hey man, like, hey, you take an ASVAB like this week, because you trying to get them as fast as possible and everything, man. It's part of it. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But I would say, if anybody who's listening who is interested, take your time, man. Don't take the test until you feel like you're actually truly ready, because that's going to determine what you're going to be doing. Don't ever shortchange yourself and rush yourself into a test, because recruiter man's always going to be there. Recruiting officer is always going to be there. Military is always going to be there. So it's perfectly fine to take a couple of months or take a couple of weeks or however long you need to study to where you're going to get a good score. Don't let anybody push you or rush you into it.
Definitely. So Sean, let's have a little fun here. We have a lot of mutual friends that that serve like yourself. And one thing I love talking to them about is the MREs. So, what is your favorite and what is your worst and why?
Oh man, my favorite.
And before you answer that, I want to give a shout out to my boy John, because we always talked about one day I'm gonna have him on the podcast so we can do a review of like us just eating it. And I'll put a picture for the peeps that don't know what MRE is, because he got some stories, man. What's your favorite and what's your worst?
And I'd say my favorite is surprisingly, most people hate it. I'll probably say beef stew, right? It's so basic, it's so simple, and it tastes like shit still, but it has the comforts of home, and the snacks that come in there are pretty good. The worst MRE is, I'm probably gonna butcher the name of it because it's just that freaking nasty. It's like spinach cream with fettuccine with mushrooms. I had it one time, and that was the last MRE I had, and then we were in the field for a little bit, man. So I ain't have no other options, and I ate it, and I said I'd rather fucking starve.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Bro, it's not hidden, bro. Nothing about that. No.
Not at all.
Yeah, nah, man. It's just nasty, dog. Like, I've only met one person who enjoyed those, and I was like, nah, you a serial killer, dog. We ain't even cool no more. Nobody likes that.
Definitely. Like, I remember me and John would talk about this even before like doing the podcast, but then I was like, we gotta do a review episode. I do the reviews too. Of just MREs, and he's actually in New York right now, but when he comes back, that's the plan. We're gonna do one, so you can get my reaction, which probably like up here, like up top, off the wall, because I know John will probably be used to it, but it's gonna be funny because I've heard things about the chili mac, and then I've heard
chili mac, of course, that.
Yeah, I heard about the beef stew, but some people don't like the beef. It tastes really weird, so that's why I was like, I gotta ask him. Oh man, thanks for answering those questions.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
My next question, I know we talked about what separates you from other recruiters, and also advice for the ASVAB. So I'm going to ask, what message would you give to any young man, woman, or even maybe someone in their 20s that's just tired of the life they're living and is thinking about joining?
I would tell them that the military, I feel like for anybody, who's within a, like 18, 17 to like, even like early 30s, in all honesty, it can be a really, really positive option for you. The thing to understand though is the military isn't like a, freaking one pill fix all type of thing. If you come into the military having a lot of issues, don't think just being in the military is going to make those go away. It can really give you a foundation, and for people who are kind of lacking that, whether it be financially, they're looking to get their education but they don't have a way to pay for it, just all that typical stuff. It's definitely a really solid option overall because it's a career. You know what I mean? It requires a lot of effort. There are abnormalities about the military that you may not see in the civilian world. Like, the civilian world isn't going to tell you, hey, bro, you're going to this country or you're going to this region of the world for 6 months. Deal with it, I guess. Just little things like that. But overall, man, like, it's a good option. I would just say that if the military is something you want to do, understand that some people join the military thinking that's going to be what they're going to do forever, and they don't stay in forever, which is perfectly fine. But what comes from that is I've seen so many people who have joined the military who actually were able to figure out what their true passion was in life. And a big reason for that is the military provides you with that foundation to where you can kind of pursue certain things you might be interested in during your free time. Like a lot of dudes, I talked to on my recruiting time would say, hey man, like I really wanted to get into music, or I'm really trying to get into, I rap and everything. Like, that's cool. I really want to get my stuff out there. Well, hey man, like let me show you this dude who, got in the Marines, did his 4 years, got himself some good money, was able to buy better recording equipment, was able to market himself a little bit better, get more professional stuff done. And he was able to use his experiences, and now he like raps about military stuff and has a pretty good following. But that goes for anything, man. Like, you got a business you want to start, hey, use that military experience, use that money you're going to get to put it towards your business. So once you get done with your military time, you already have a solid foundation that you can build your business on. So I'd say probably just the biggest thing, man, is like, you know, it's a good option no matter what you're trying to do at the end of the day. And for some people, it's not. But, you know, 4 years in the military is free. You know, you're going to get your college paid for and everything. So, and just the growth that you can get as a person, you know, even if you hate your time in the military, man, like, you're still going to grow as a person. You know, you're going to find out truly what you like, what you don't like, and, you know, you'll really get a good beeline for what you're trying to do.
Man, that's some real talk right there, man, for real. I think
Yeah.
that's definitely going to touch somebody or get through to someone who's literally on the verge of either thinking about joining or, you know, it's crossed their mind at least once or twice. Thank you, bro, for giving me the real, you know, for real. I appreciate that.
It's an absolute honor to be on your podcast, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. It's an honor to have you on there. And I seen on your Instagram, and I would love to put that clip that you posted a while back when you was actually at the high school and giving a speech about, you know, kind of just recruit young kids and tell them what it's like. So I want to ask you, what was that experience like talking in front of a class or in front of any big group presentation? Because I've always known you to be kind of, you know, he was outgoing, but also quiet too. So it's like, I know that had to be kind of nerve wracking, man.
Man, dude, I remember the first time I ever like taught to a group, and then it's weird, man. Like, you don't think it's gonna bother you because you like, I'm a grown ass adult. Like, I don't care if some freaking high school kid doesn't like my presentation. Like, like I'm gonna go home. You're gonna go to fourth period, like whatever. But nah, man. But like, it's crazy how like you get up in front of them and it's like, dang, right? They probably roasting me right now, and I'm like, God damn. But that's real stuff that people, you know, think about, and this goes just for like, you know, anything, man. But it's nerve wracking at first, but I think, you know, with time you get better and better at it. You know, once you get that kind of first positive reaction, or like you kind of say that one thing that you can tell, like you looking out in the crowd and you see that one kid and you're like, dang, I really just resonated with that dude, or I really just said something to make his light bulb go off. And then, you know, you talk to him afterwards and he's like, yo, man, like you made the light bulb go off. And it's just like, yeah, okay, this is starting to get easier and easier. And I think just from like a recruiter aspect of it is that, you know, you got to look at it from like, you have to be professional up there and you have to have confidence. You know, you can't go up there and blah blah because them high school kids are ruthless, bro. Like they'll tell you what's up.
Oh yeah, we used to be one of them. I mean me. No, that's true, man.
And you just gotta look at it like, hey, like that's my like reputation up there, you know, because if you go up there and you shit the bed, bro, like that's gonna be how they're gonna portray you probably for the rest of the time you're out there. So you have to go up there and you have to have confidence. You know, you got to have some swag with it, and even if you mess it up, just be confident. You know, just keep it rolling, man. So I will say that is a big skill that you learn as a recruiter. Probably the number one thing, man, just having confidence and just, you know, having good speaking presentation skills.
Definitely. And, you know, something I always ask all my guests is their favorite quote or favorite saying. And I can only imagine the quotes and sayings that you've given so many people that you've impacted their lives. But I want to ask you, what's your favorite quote or saying that you lean on during the good times or the bad times?
Oh man, I've been planning this for like 3 days. I was like, I gotta come up with a good quote.
Awesome, man. Let's hear it.
I was like, can't disappoint my man. I gotta have something ready. So, all right. My favorite quote, to me personally, is the distance between dreams and reality is a thing called action. And what that means is everybody has dreams. Everybody has ambitions. Everybody has that one thing that they always want to do. But man, if you don't actually put action towards achieving that goal, you know, whether it be something small or something big, you're never going to achieve it. So if you really want to chase your dreams, you know, you have to hustle and you have to have goals and you have to work to actively achieve those goals, or your dreams will never become a reality.
Ooh, that was good, man. That was really clap on that one. You brought the heat with that one, man. I need all my peeps, man. Share this to someone who need to hear that, man, because I've talked to so many people, man, that they like, man, I'm so proud of you for doing this, and I'm like, yeah, it's been my dream. And they're like, wow, like I can't believe you did. I would love to chase my dream. I'm like, what's stopping you? And they're like, oh, I don't have the time or energy. I don't have, this, that, and then I tell them, I didn't have a lot of that, anything. So I said, if anyone watched episode 1, I mean, like I think I talked about in previous episode. I said I had literally a lamp, like a freaking lamp for the living room behind my laptop, which was just my webcam that I had before I got the camera I got now, which I'm gonna upgrade that soon too. But didn't have a background, didn't have questions really written down like that. I mean, it was crazy. All I had was passion and action. And for you to say, man, that, please, my peeps, share that to someone who needs to hear that, man, because that's gonna separate the dreamers to the believers. I think.
Yeah, man.
Definitely, man. So I've been in a really good place mentally lately because I've been going through a lot, and things are really starting to turn around. And
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And what's been helping me with that is gratitude. Like I wake up grateful for just something like every day, and that's just starting me off right. So I've been really trying to hit this, home with a lot of my guests is gratitude and asking them what are 3 things that they're grateful for in their life.
Oh man, I would say the 3 things that I'm most grateful for is probably my fiance, because without her, I wouldn't be shit. Just to keep it real, man.
Shout out to you.
Hell yeah, appreciate you, man. Her number 1. Number 2, I'd probably say my Marines, just because they're from all different walks of life. They're all different, but they're some of the most grateful, loyal people that I've ever met, man. And they're always one to keep it real, but just to see how much passion and care that you can have for another person, and the stuff you'd be willing to do for somebody, I think is just extremely monumental. So a shout out to them. I would say the 3rd thing I'm grateful for, man, is family and friends, bro. I know that's a really broad term, but having a strong support network, I think is really critical to to achieve success, man. And you got to have that. Having people in your corner who are going to support you. I can't tell you, man, how many times like I've been like, bro, I can't do it. I can't do this. Even this, man, I was like, dude, I'm gonna get on Alvin's podcast and freaking jack it up some way. And I'm just like,
nah, bro, you've been great, man. I mean, I'm really enjoying this, and I mean, actually, you're the first, representation of the military, that I've had really on the show. Well, actually, okay, I had Colin out here too. But I'm sorry, but at least someone who's recruiting and acting like that's big for me. And you did a great job, and you still are, bro. And I know your words, your quotes, your example is gonna touch somebody. It's touched me. It's opened my eyes up a lot, man.
Yeah, man. And
all to you, man.
Yeah, man. I'd say a big part is just kind of the confidence and the warmth that you give off, bro. You really kind of just got that good people energy and that vibe, man. Like as soon as I came in here, I was like, dang, man, I'm kind of nervous. Like it's crazy. But then I was just like, man, just your flow, man, and your energy, man, just it instantly, I feel like, makes people comfortable. And it's just been awesome to kind of see, some of the stuff that you've covered, man, some of the people that you've had on the show, dude. It's what's up, man. It's good stuff. It's really informative stuff. And I think there's so much stuff that you can learn, from you and all the guests that you've had, man.
Definitely, man. Thank you. That means a lot, man. I mean, that's always been my thing where I'm like, man, if I could at least touch or impact one person that's watching this or listening, then I'm complete. And I still get messages from people who's watching past episodes. They're like, man, this was awesome. Or are you going to get this person back on the show? Like, I'm extremely grateful. And you're always welcome back on the show too, bro.
Thank you, man. It'd be an honor.
Oh, yeah, no problem, man. For all my peeps out here and new audience, where can they find you on social media?
So I can shoot you my Instagram, man. So they can you can link it, man. It's probably like the only platform I'm on. If they're really about it, you know what I'm saying, come see me at the Officer Recruiter in Raleigh. But
Yeah, definitely. You can shoot me that too. And I'll put it into the video to have it, man. You know, because we're in Fayetteville, and I know there's a lot of people hungry to really get out of Fayetteville and wanting to, take that next step in life.
yeah, man, definitely.
All right, so just one last question, bro, and then I think we're finished for the day. I just want to ask: do you have any last message that for anyone who's watching, anyone you want to shout out, or just thank for anything else? And any last words, basically.
Yeah, man. I would say, last thing, um, everybody has a tribe, I feel, out in the world, and it's perfectly okay if it takes a while for you to find it. Have confidence. Always have confidence, man. Like at the end of the day, God made each of us, to be unique. And just to anybody out there, man, like don't ever feel like you can't do something. Don't ever feel like you're not good enough. Don't ever feel like nobody's gonna love you or care about you, because there's somebody and there's something out there for everybody. And it may take a long time of searching, but at the end of the day, you are gonna find it. And that's just something that powers me every day, man. It's just saying like, hey, I am who I am, and that's perfectly fine.
That man, Sean Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, goodness. Great interview, bro. Thank you, man. I cannot wait for this to come out. And like I said, all my peeps, definitely continue to support, share. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram. You can follow Sean on Instagram as well. I have it all linked in there. And this is a great, great episode, bro. Thank you again. Thank you so much for being a
Yeah, I
part
was
of it.
looking forward to it, man.
Definitely, man. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
You too, brother. Thank you for everything and everything that you do, man.
No problem, brother.